How's it going, everyone? My name is Tyson. I'm with the Fire Prevention Branch at Hawaii Fire Department. I run the kind of the whole oversee the UAS program for Hawaii Fire. So this program Nova is something that we spoke about at the Foresters Conference. About 2 years ago, we had the drones about 2.5 years ago donated to us, and then we probably put the drones in about 2 years in service. And I guess the questions we asked ourselves was, what kind of program, what are we trying to accomplish and identify with the drones? So for us, we're looking for the ability to map out a fire, basic mapping, what we call orthomosaics, whether it's fire investigation, a wildland fire, or a search and rescue area that we grid searching. So have that ability, do a live stream so that my chiefs at their office can see what's going on in the field and the IC on the incident as well. So we reached out to a bunch of departments. Honolulu Fire has the most advanced drone program, I think, within the department. So we reached out to them as well as other departments. We found out Cal Fire has been using this specifically for wildland, this program called Nova. So we'll kind of go over it. I'll kind of speed through this PowerPoint, and then we can see actually like on incidents why it's useful in this platform. Actually, I'd say 2025 is where they really changed a lot of things on the platform to make it so that it's used for us as fire personnel. This program is substantial to have one platform and everything that it does within just the Nova platform. So we can go through this whole PowerPoint real fast. We're talking about fire management. So Nova, the back history, this is actually Canadian firefighters. They're Canadians. This program was brought in. Cal Fire, Phoenix Fire was the first to actually use this program and use it. They've been using it kind of substantially in the Cal Fire because of the big brush fires and how efficient they are as to using helicopters for this kind of mapping. So the platform, what does it offer? We say orthomosaics. It's pretty much a collage about 10,000 to 50,000 high resolution images that are stitched together to form one live view image. You can see that later on. We'll show that. It can do hotspots. Hotspots is pretty much the what we use it for. It detects hotspots and it determines the using the AI detection system that they have. It kind of identifies actual hotspots versus reflection and heat signatures. After it does that, it can actually give you a definite fire perimeter. You can either do it automated using their AI feature or their manual fire perimeter. Videos and live stream, it saves the videos onto the program. You're able to export it. As if you're a chief at the office, you need to give a video out to your news people or people that want to see it. They can export it straight from the platform. And a live stream. The live streams, the difference with this is you can actually send it QR codes, kind of like how Drone Sense or any other live stream is. But say you missed the live stream, the good thing is it actually goes back and it saves that live stream in the file on the platform. So if you missed it, you can click on it and you can see the whole thing, a playback pretty much. And you can export that video as well. We talk about georeference PDF maps. After you do the whole orthomosaic hotspots, you can export this PDF, print it out, you can do substantial. It can form to different printers if you're using a bigger one, as well as our firefighters on scene. There's apps called Avenza and Onyx that you can export this map, georeference, meaning that you can show on this map where your location is on the map. So say you're looking at hotspots, we'll go over it later, and you can actually see hotspot 51. I can go exactly to that using Avenza on this PDF map. They've used this other thing called Color Finder. It's pretty much a for search and rescue, if you're doing a 2D search, the drone is automatically doing a video, like kind of like searching already. You can export that video into Nova and it'll show all the color references within the video. So say like your missing person is last known wearing a purple jacket. Within this video, it'll show you if there's any purple that pop up within the video, it'll show you the time, longitude, latitude, and everything where it is in that video reference. And then lastly, panoramas. It's a 360. We can go over it in the screen. I think you'll show it in later on. So the reference we're going to use is Mono Road Brush Fire. This is a small fire, 26 acres. This is the first one that we actually use helicopters with the drones as well. It had good communication. It was pretty small, but we used hotspot detection and it kind of was interesting to see everything. So this is like a basic overview of what you're looking at. The purples are panoramas. This is your first. It's in yellow because it was the first fire perimeter that was made. 1,200 hours. Then we'll go. Your second one is this is the most recent one. 1,500 hours. You look at expansion. You can see the perimeter. On the bottom area was where our incident command was set up as well. This is a live feed. So we was getting actually the helicopters were flying. So we downed the drones. Our chiefs was able to see what we're doing is we had this big fire break being cut around the whole hill and kind of let it play for the whole time so our chiefs could see the burn coming to the break. Choppers left, then we went in the air. We were able to give a 360 of the whole area. So on the bottom right side, you can see actually where the drone is going around on the live feed as well. But we were able to talk to assistant fire chief at the time on the phone, and he kind of wanted to see certain things where the D9s were cutting and everything, making sure everything was perfect or was being done as they said they were. So being having the drone in the air was pretty substantial to have for us. You could see like it has everything around it. You're able to see that bottom, that those are on the bottom doing the cut there, and then the burn was coming there. So this is something that we've been using kind of a lot lately because as you see on the left side, you'll have layers and PDFs. Your layers are broken down into what it is, panoramas, hotspots, live recorded stream flight. So that would be recorded and saved. And then anytime I do lives, it records on the side as well. So you have all your functions on the left side and then you're mapping on your right. We'll go to the next one. So this is a view of the panoramas, what they look like. We try to do panoramas on every division, whether you do A, B, C, D, or A box. You get a look at your division and you can actually see pretty in-depth and high digital resolution of what's going on each panorama. So that's what it looks like. This is something fast that we can get in between. When the chopper was filling drops, they're actually filling up water. We let the chopper know we're flying. We're trying to get these panoramas done so that our guys can see what it looks like at the time. A different perspective. You can see that other area. The zoom in is pretty good as well. We could see forestry line on the top of the hill. So we identified that. But yeah, he's just gonna go through all the panoramas. I'll skip it, trying to make it a little bit faster. So this is what we actually really wanted out of it. So it's a hotspot detection system. You see different colors because it's distance to perimeter. So reds is closer, I think it's believed it's 50 feet to perimeter. Oranges is your 100 feet to perimeter, and yellows is exceeding that. What's good about this program is it actually lists how much hotspots you have. So you can see on the left side, it says hotspot number 297. It shows out of like so much, say you got 100 hotspots. You can identify which hotspot it is, and you can actually send your firefighter on the bottom of this left box. You'll have longitude, latitude. You can text that to your firefighter and let them go exactly where this hotspot is. So you can kind of point out so we've been using it more in the mop-up phase where we have certain firefighters come out. Say these 3 firefighters are coming out for the day. They can work on the alpha side, 1 through 25 hotspots. Their job is to only do that section. After they do that section, we can rescan it. Hey, that hotspots are gone. Then we can work on the B section. We can kind of do it strategically with the minimal persons that we have. So it's been kind of a game changer. We're actually doing it utilizing these hotspot detection systems. That's an infrared scan. So you can actually switch to infrared versus regular. And on the right, you can actually see the distance to perimeter 50, 100, and 600. You can change the way that perimeter is if you wanted to put it that way. But this is what it looks like on an infrared scan. Product delivery. This is something important that I think as chiefs they want to have. You can scan this photo right now. If you wanted to use that QR code, you can get that PDF on your phone right away, and you can scan that to anybody. This is what a basic PDF would look like if you printed it out. You can take off Nova's logo, put your logo, put all the different information that you need on this, and it'll highlight the areas that it's referencing on the PDF map. And then this is kind of what the delivery looked like. This is a different fire that we had. On the right side, you can actually see a zoomed in function. So this is like I believe this is the X division of a bigger fire. say the X division commander, you're putting him in charge, you can look at these hotspots. So they can actually zoom in and see the areas that is hot. We've been having areas like this bottom right corner on this fire. We was fighting this hotspots for days. This is a coal bunch that was just burning. And on the left side, you can see an overall map of the whole fire. You can put the acreage and everything on it. What we talk about is georeference data. There's this thing called Avenza. It's a free app that a lot of Cal Fire guys use. But with this, you can airdrop this into any firefighter and they can actually go and designate their way into the fire and figure out where it is. So this is like the breakthrough, the lessons that we had, navigating airspace with helicopters. It's just communication. That's what we had. We utilize Starlink a lot now. We're one of the first ones to use Starlink in our fire department, but we use it for uploading data for us and just leveraging the drones. For a lot of departments that are thinking about using it, Phoenix Fire was actually the first that actually used this program on a helicopter, and they're able to map about, I think they're saying at a speed that drones cannot do. So if this program was installed on the helicopter, but this is what a scan looks like on a helicopter. But we'll take you out of this and we can go. Let me switch to. So what you're looking at, this is a Nova program itself, and this is a Kaala brush fire that we were on for about 2 months. So breakdown, you can see on the left side, there's hotspots, video flights. The hotspots are in certain dates. So like right now, the red ones are the most current before we left. And then the orange ones were at that time. And you get different color yellow ones at 9-29, 9-25, we had blues. So you can see the decrease before we left, slowly decreasing. And we are able to highlight this one spot. This was a koa tree that was on fire for like the longest time. They finally put it out. But for us, I think the demobilization phase, this is the most important because the Palisades fire started from a fire that was previously started in Latchman, I believe. And it was that fire department didn't do a great job using their infrared scans, their drones, and their FLIRs. And different weather picked up, started the Palisades fire. So for us, we want to take it a little bit more important when before we leave, we want to make sure we scanning the area, looking that there's no other hotspots that would rekindle, especially for this area. Being an orthomosaic, you can actually zoom in and you can actually see at the time this is how much vehicles were there. For you as incident commander or the chiefs, you want to see what's going on at your area, you could actually do this. You could look at the panoramas. It clicks up pretty fast depending on how fast your internet is. You can get a 360 of what's going on at this fire right now. So the difference with this platform is that everything's here, which makes it so much easier. Your live streams, if your live streams are here, there's two different ones for different purposes that we use it. It's just having a game changer. Before we had multiple programs to use for the drones, but having this all together in one is what makes it so different. And that's why we've been using this program so confidently. So all the features are here: orthos, hotspots, fire perimeters, color finder, live stream, video. Live stream is super simple how to do it too and how to share it. It's streamlined and firefighter proof. We've been doing these points in text. So these greens are actually where the dozers did cuts. We can hide them if we wanted to and just show this. But having this here, like we're able to actually show the firefighters every new recall when we're recalling guys for overtime. They're new guys. They don't know where to go on this fire. They know that, hey, this is the command center. Other than that, they don't know how to guide themselves. So usually using these green maps we would upload, they were actually able to go through the whole area, look at the different divisions and figure out where to go on this fire. So that's pretty much it as a wildfire program. That's why we've been using it so much. I know a lot of departments are looking into it. If you guys do, just reach out to me or reach out. I think the best thing about this program is the customer service. Like if if I'm uploading data to a program, say I'm doing a new incident, I automatically will get a text from my guy. His name is Liam Godfrey, but he'll call me or text me like, hey, you need help or what's going on? Is there any issues that's going on I can help you with? Having that customer service is it helps a lot of times when sometimes it's me by myself running the program. So he'll run me through a lot of the issues that I occur or something that occurs at the time. Um, what else? Other than that, that's the program. I don't know. Is there any questions? How does HFT use Starlink to enhance drone coverage? So a lot of the times for us, this fire, I don't know if you can see, but a lot of this whole area over here is probably about 300, 400 foot trees. So we were having issues with comms and Wi-Fi hotspots. So what we do is actually Starlink is used because we got to upload the data. So say you're trying to upload a hotspot or an orthomosaic, right? The drone scans, does a 2D search. Usually it takes about 200 acres per flight that it does. I gotta upload that. It usually has a wide angle picture and an infrared picture. It probably has about 600 photos. I drop those inside here, I upload the photos, and having the Starlink, kind of a lot of places that we don't have internet, like this area, we didn't have service at all. So having Starlink was substantial because I was able to upload this data and stay there at the speed that it was. It's actually pretty fast to have Starlink. But we didn't have any comms or any internet, so having that there was actually pretty good for us. Is there any other questions?
Folks, you can add it to the chat or come off mute.
Yeah, if not, I can leave my phone number inside and you guys can reach out to me if there's any questions regarding the program.
Okay, great. Mahalo nui, Captain Goo. Really appreciate you taking the time to share with everybody and show us around. I'm going to stop the recording.